What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, gonna go and do a double upload today because obviously everyone knows what's going on. We got the ban list. I was at work and I got the text from the homie saying that the ban list. I told him don't spoil anything because I want to do my first live, like 100% live. Well, it isn't completely 100% because I was going through YouTube and stuff, and I was seeing that the only one thing I see is a picture of Kit Carlos, and then with the balance picture. So obviously she has something to do with it. But for the most part, this is 100% just my live reaction. I've been wanting to do a video like this, so yeah. So if you guys like content like this, go ahead and please subscribe, leave a like and a comment down below. If not, it's all good. Let's go and jump in and have fun, and let's just go get my reaction. Let's see what is here. Okay, so Cards on Forbidden List. See, previous December 1st list will remain in effect until February 13th. Okay, so it's not, so it isn't like just gonna happen like the next day. This will take place February 13th, but this will be for the upcoming big YCS event. So I'll be going to that. This is something to look for. Okay, so let's go. Let's scroll down. Let's figure out what we got here. Let's figure it out. Well, I'm done. I'm done. It's right here on top. Artifact size barrier statue of the Stormwinds. Banned. Okay, all right. This I feel dumb. I'm like, I was so excited. I just completely just overlooked him right in front of my face. So, Scythe. People have been asking for Scythe to get banned for such a long time, and they're finally addressing Scythe. To be honest, Scythe is not okay. And I know there's gonna be someone in the comments like trying to like hit it with the obvious, but in relevant to the bigger picture of Yu-Gi-Oh, Scythe is not as much as a problem as it used to be, but at the same time, Barrier the Statue of Stormwinds is just as bad as Scythe was, and Scythe at any moment could be just as bad as Barrier Statue, if not worse, because Scythe is actually stronger. And a lot of times, like I said, a lot of times in Yu-Gi-Oh, your games don't last. Your games aren't gonna last like 5, 6, 7 turns. So sometimes just having that one turn of stun and then being able to establish a board on that will be enough to win you a game. So having Scythe ban and Barrier Statue of the Storm just makes sense. This makes Flu fair. Like, the reason why Flu was even a top deck was because of its, well, because of, okay, I don't want, it wasn't just Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds, it was that you had Barrier Statue plus, plus you could run Dimensional Shifter without any problems whatsoever. So, like, basically, having both those cards, or even just one, having one or the other, on top of the fact that Flu was able to just combo off and get negates and interrupts, and also playing your opponent's turn. So this card really is going to check Flandres, and that right there is going to be very interesting. There's a lot of Flandres players that are just hanging around simply because of this card. A lot of them are just winning simply because of this card. So I'm gonna be interested. I was actually playing Flandres like when all got reprinted. Actually, I had some advents left over, and there was a wall where I was running the deck, and I told myself as soon as this card gets banned, it is as soon as it gets banned, the deck's gonna be a little take a little bit of a hit, and now it's banned, so we're gonna see we're gonna see where this goes. All right, let's scroll down. That was pretty good. Okay, we got a spell. Okay, Kit Carlos ban. Okay, so this is the only thing that I essentially got leaked. Well, I'm gonna say leaked. Like, it was the only thing that I really saw. Like, a lot of people, there was. I want to say I might have saw another monster. It might have been a Ishizu card, but I'm like I said, this was for sure. I knew what was on the list, and it is just banned. Wow, they didn't even screw around with like put it to one. No, they just said ban this card. They know that this is an extremely strong card. Even at one copy, it's perfectly fine. Like, just having instant fusion go into this, that was a really that was right there was enough to go off. Sending 8 was so powerful. So yeah, having Kick Hollows gone, it really hurts the deck. It not only just hurts the consistency, but it really hurts their ability to send multiple cards, and that was like really their big thing. So with this being gone, it's gonna be even hard just to run it as like a regular deck. So we're gonna see what else is here. We got another new right here, Sprite. Oh man, they banned Elf. They just went and just banned Elf. Whoa, oh, whoa, banned Elf. That's just wild. That's wild. That is wild. It's crazy. Like, I know I've mentioned that, like, having Sprite Elf around, even if you like if you hit Sprite a bit, Sprite Elf just goes into so many different decks and is so generic. I guess like the same logic for why Sprite Elf needs to get banned is kind of the same logic why you have to ban Nightmare Goblin, because well, I mean, like, yeah, just it's simply like Nightmare Goblin. Nightmare Mermaid was the one that enabled, like, the one card engine and all that, so like that's a whole thing in itself. But like one of the main reasons why this really can't come back, because it is just way too generic of an extra normal summon to be able to go off in your big combo and then just get that inherent effect on top of how about some really good arrows for side to side for like plus enough with more link monsters. So them banning Sprite Elf, just like I said, makes sense if we're going with the same logic as them getting rid of Nightmare Goblin, because this is just way too generic. There's so many different decks. I can only like plus from the special summoning of the monster, because it's a free monster, but it also gives the protection from targeting, which was another huge thing, which would turn off cards like Effect Veiler. You couldn't use Infinite Permanence. So having that gone will probably bring a lot of those targeting effects. If it doesn't bring them back into the meta, it'll bring the current targeting effects here in Yu-Gi-Oh! It'll bring them back up in strength. So this is really interesting, and this is out of nowhere. Like I understand this one. This is not as surprising. I mean, it wasn't only because I got spoiled, but it's only because like this right here kind of makes sense, because like if you bring it to one, they're still gonna be good. But if you just get rid of it, then it really gives them more really gives them less to work with. And having Sprite Elf this gone, yeah. Having this one gone this early is crazy. Okay, we're gonna keep going down. More new, more new. I'm gonna try not to look for anything. There's some cards that I do want to come off the list, so I don't want to spoil. I might have just spoiled it, so I'm kind of angry. It's all good, but I wanna make sure I don't spoil anything coming off the list. So I didn't really see anything. No, didn't see anything. Didn't see anything. Okay, here we go. Okay, Yugioh the Ancient Sentinel. So there was a Shizu card on the list as well, which completely makes sense, because if you just get rid of Kit Kalos and then you leave everything else at 3, I mean, yeah, it does really hit the consistency, and I really went all crazy about that, but the deck is still very much playable. It isn't gonna, like taking away Kit Kalos does not kill the deck. It simply hurts the deck a lot, but it's still a very runnable deck. But now so now that I do see that Yugioh the Innocent was hit, just makes sense, because cutting down their ability to not only an extra body, but the level 4 body, but also keeping them from sending so many cards to the graveyard. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to go. I don't want to into it. There's a lot of people putting out like lists and stuff, and like, yeah, I just want to like kind of get the reaction to like just get my initial reaction. Maybe I'll do it. Okay, we got a lot more. Oh, whoa. They're all to one. They're essentially all to one. Kelbeck, Keldo, and Mudora. All of them. Wow. So many people talked about this. So many people talked about limiting them out to one, banning them. They said they wouldn't. I honestly felt like they would do this to the tier element cards. There might still be wait, no, wait, no, okay, yeah, hold on, yeah, probably not. I'm over here forgetting my alphabets here, but there could be some more cards down here, but and there could be a little more, but in all honesty, man, they are going hard on this deck. They are just saying RIP tier elements. They want to make sure you're running Kashtira, but at the same time, they're also cleaning house with this tier element, because it was also taking over locals, to the point where I was even hearing about people telling me that there was locals actually banning tier elements and meta decks from the tournaments, that way people like wouldn't play stuff like that. So right now this is crazy, but also good to see. I kind of like that Konami is, even though they're newer, they understand that it is the problem, and if they want to not only sell sell more of their product, but if they want to kind of like if they want to keep going and they want to like keep the meta fresh, gonna have to get rid of these cards, because these cards are gonna be able to put into so many different decks. Like if you don't have turn elements to use it with, then you can use it with almost anything that really sends a lot to the graveyard. One of them that comes to mind that would be really good is the Naturia. Yeah, for a second I forgot about that one, but that was the one right there. Alright, we are back. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we're gonna edit that in post, is what the Hollywood people would say. Had a bit of an issue here. Just trying to stop turned off the freaking recording for some reason. Okay, guys. All right. So, man. Oh, okay. So, back to what I was saying. Here it is. Havis, Merle, and Sharon. Okay, so they just went off. Like I was kind of thinking that maybe the T was gonna be right after, but there was a couple more S's. I forgot about a couple of these cards, and yeah, they just went clean house. You are not going to run this deck comfortably. It's wow, yeah, they went after everything, and they're making sure you're moving on to the next thing. All right. Ancient Fairy Dragon, effective March 10th, 2023, was forbidden. This is because they have the errata. This is not, this in no way is like a surprise. They have the errata. I actually got earlier I got a sale for Ancient Fairy Dragon, so that kind of should have gave me a little bit of a heads up. Like before I got the text, I got the sale, so I kind of should have gave me a little bit of a heads up. But the Ancient Fairy Dragon right here, this just makes sense because we're getting that errata, and yeah, so we're just gonna move on for this one. Oh man, okay, so that's it. All right, so that's it for the Okay, so I was about to say that's it for the Destiny Hero. No, that's it for all these lists. Okay, so this one, all the tier elements. Oh my god, this is crazy. Okay, all right, so now let's see what they've taken off the list. I'm looking at the semi-limits. Semi-limits look the same, 3 cards. These are fine semi-limits. This right here could probably come off the list. These two, honestly, I could very much justify these 2 cards being on the list, so I'll let them stay there. Let's go and see what they brought off. Okay, so no longer on the list. Okay, Destrudo, the Lost Dragon Fissure, no longer on the list. Jet Synchron, O-Lion. Okay, oh, yeah, okay. I was like, I'm actually surprised. Yeah, these are all the stuff because because there's no Reunion here, there's no Rocky Fibrax. So okay, Servant of Endymion. All right, Lithosagem. Okay, Yatagarasu off the list, and Spiral Resort. Okay, they pulled Spiral Resort off the list, so that means we're as what? Okay, no, Master. Okay, hold on. Let me go up here. Let's see, ban cards. Let's see, forbidden. So Master Plan should still be. Let's see, no Master. Am I chipping? Let's see. No, hold up. No, I am chipping. Because they and I, no, they were all at one. They were all at one. I'm over here getting all crazy. Here, yeah. Spiral Master Plan. Yeah, bam. Okay, tripping. Okay, I'm over here. I'm over here getting a little too excited. Quick Fix still at, yeah, Quick Fix at 1. Master Plan is still banned. But wow, I for some reason I was just like, oh, isn't Master Plan at 1? No, Master Plan is banned. No, yeah, don't listen to me. Okay, all right, sorry about that. I had an exciting moment thinking that Spiral as like an engine could have been back. But no, okay, so we got, this makes sense because, like, it isn't as bad as some people think it is. True King Lithogasm, the Disaster. This is interesting. I'm just gonna have to do a market watch. Gonna release that market watch I don't know if I'm gonna do it today. Probably gonna release it for tomorrow. But I am looking at Servant Endymion. Kind of makes sense just to get the people use the engine more. These right here because there's no Haki Firebacks. Destrudo, like there's already one. I wasn't gonna use too much, but at the same time, like having multiple Destrudo is not really it. It was already a card you're willing to have at 1, so I guess having multiples isn't really gonna change too much. Spiral Resort, very interesting. Like I wonder if Spirals could be some type of like rogue deck. Like I know there's no Master Plan, so you can't do like those, the big, super combos that used to go down. But there are still plays that are, you could do stuff with, super agent, there's always shenanigans that you could do when you're able to know what's going on, with the opponent's deck by looking at their cards. But at the same time, we also only have 1 quick fix, so I don't want to sit there and say it's just like bam, like I don't want to sit there and say bam, that's it, it's perfect. And it could be a rogue deck, but at the same time, I don't know. Okay, man, this list was kind of wild. It was very, very much out there. It wasn't out there. It was just more wild because of how much tier element hit they went in so quickly. We over here in the CGD, like we're not used to just outright just blanketing. You feel me? Like we're very much used to the list that we got last time, to where they're like, we're gonna hit some older stuff, and I guess in the beginning we kind of got that because it started off with Scythe, and but it was like it started with Scythe, so it's like, oh, here Konami goes hitting old problems, but then right under that is freaking Bear Statue of the Stormwinds. So so like that, I believe this right here completely set the tone for this kind of list, to where Konami's like, oh yeah, we're gonna ban Scythe. Isn't that still a problem? It's like, like if you're going slow, it's like, no, that's not a problem. But then you're like, okay, and we're getting rid of Stormwinds. And they're like, oh, okay, hold up, Konami's listening. So yeah, it looks like this is the one that Konami very much listened, and I'm pretty much, we very much we're very much like getting lucky that the meta shift and like product selling schedules are are very much lining up lining up right now, to where it's like we have like a really powerful deck, and because Konami needs to sell their newest set that just came out, they're pretty much done selling the old set. They pretty much go ahead and say, all right, we're gonna release this ban list, which is a ban list that is like the kind of ban list that we should be getting more of, to where more ban lists where they hit more of the core problems and more of the issue that really needs to be taken care of, and also little small other things in other places, because this like this right here, is a very, very good hit to make sure to check the Flanders matchup. But at the same time, it's also very obvious that they're not hitting anything Cashier related, and they're making sure that that deck is going to be able to if not soar, be one of the top dogs. So very interested to see what's going to be some of the next road decks. Interested in see like what people are going to bring to the table. I'm just happy that my deck did not get hit, and I'm just cool that I know I could run in the next in the next format, and I can't wait to get into it. But that's pretty much the end of it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Okay.